Hi everyone, welcome to our last class of our Fair Isle hat. The hat is pretty much done. It turned out good and I hope you had fun. It's color work is a lot of fun once you get into it. It's a little bit daunting at first, but it's not too scary as you progress and get comfortable with it. So I hope you've enjoyed the class. Yeah, your hat should look something like this. If it doesn't, don't worry if it's not perfect. Yeah, right when you get to the very top, you've got done your decreasing. We are down to, what are we down to? We're down to 8 and 6, 14 remaining stitches. So what you're going to do now is you're going to thread your bodkin, your wool needle, with your last color that you've got attached, and you're just literally going to thread your needle through those remaining stitches. And I probably could have picked a slightly smaller needle, but that's okay. And you're just literally threading through those remaining 14. Okay, all the way around like that. There we go. Oops. And the last 4. Like that. There we are. Okay. So once you've got your remaining stitches threaded through, I've got a loose gray stitch there, but that's okay. I'll fix that later. You literally just draw up those stitches. And then usually what I do is I go through that whole loop one more time, all the way around again. So I've got a doubly secure top there. And then usually what I'll do after I've done my second loop is I will just hide my end into the middle, through the top hole into the inside, and then I'll weave excuse me, that end in. And speaking of ends, we've got lots of ends. Right? That's just the way it is, unfortunately. Lots of ends to weave in. And there again, nothing overly earth-shattering about that. Usually what I do is I'll take 2 ends that were sort of living close together. And if I haven't already, I will tie 1 knot, just a single loop like that. And then I will weave each of these ends in individually. And usually what I do is I usually weave over maybe 3/4 of an inch. If it's, an end on a sweater or something like that, sometimes I'll go over an inch and back 1/4 of an inch, just sort of back stitch it. But on something like this, I'm not overly worried that, things are going to come unsecured. So I would just to demonstrate here, I will show you. I would just literally come along, doesn't matter where. Actually, I'll go into this row here and just draw my ends through. If there happened to be a little hole there, I could sort of cinch it closed with one of the ends. And that's pretty much what you're going to do all the way up your hat. If you come to a spot at your join where you've got a little bit of a gap, just on the back side of your work there, just pinch it shut with one of those ends. Don't overthink it. It's not a big deal. Sometimes people will sort of jostle it so that, that their join is a little bit more lined up. On this one, I said we weren't going to worry about that. So don't worry. I don't think anyone's going to be looking too closely at your juncture there. And so like I say, if you do have a little gap, a little sort of bit of airspace there on the back of your work at that point, just take one of your ends and sort of pinch it closed. You won't even know. Yeah, so once you've got your ends all sewn in, blocking. I don't always block hats. I know I said so on the pattern. It's sort of the the de rigueur thing to say. But I just, in general, I'll have a look at it. If I'm happy with my tension and everything looks pretty even, I won't worry about it. I don't know if I will worry about it on this one. What you can do is you can dampen your hat and then pin it to a towel in the dimensions that you want. Leave it to dry for a day or two. That will sort of, dampening it and doing that will sort of even everything out. Sometimes what people will do is they'll find a bowl or even blow up a balloon that is the same size as the hat and leave it to dry over that, or just leave it to shape over that. But really, face it, you can wear it and your head will do the same thing. So I wouldn't overly worry about it. What I might do just at my join is, after I've got all my ends woven in, is I might just gently press that a little bit with a bit of steam with an iron and my press cloth, just to even that out. But there again, I'm not overly worried. I'm pretty happy with how even it is. So yeah, so I hope that you've had a great time doing color work with us. I will do a couple of other color work tips in the next week or two. A couple things that we didn't actually get to touch on in this hat because they weren't an issue, but with regards carrying colors and carrying more than 3 stitches, etc., if we're doing longer floats, and a couple of neat little tricks that I have for dealing with that. But in the meantime, finish up your hat, enjoy it. You can probably another couple months and you can be wearing it, maybe sooner, I don't know. If you're out for early morning walks or something. I felt I went out this morning at about 7 o'clock and it felt a bit fallish. And yeah, but anyways, happy color work, happy color knitting, and we're glad that you could join us, and keep checking in for more videos that we'll be posting soon. Have a great day.